Previously, on Captain Zambia, we saw Ethereum, the paradise above all worlds. Previously on Captain Zambia, the God. The gods are on the mission to save this planet.
Sub-Saharan African countries are facing significant challenges with leadership,
characterized by issues such as weak institutions,
corruption, and a focus on transactional politics rather than long-term development.
There is a need for more effective governance.
Many diseases are on the rise.
And black supremacy is destroying the African continent.
For example, as of February 2026, Zambia's total public sector debt stands at 28.9 billion United States dollars.
A figure that highlights ongoing economic challenges.
Therefore, let us send our son to Zambia,
He will be named Moya Nandao.
the ruler of the worlds. He will be known as Captain Zambia,
The most powerful superhero in the whole entire universe.
and let us make him black, so that no one will ever know him till when the time comes.
That is when we will give him his powers, so that he may address this dying planet one last time.
I understand. It shall be
By
done.
sending the ruler of the worlds to Earth. Stay tuned as we see what comes next.
Oh, sweet baby, where did you come from? Let's get you inside, little one. My sweet baby, you are so loved. I name you Moya Nandao. It means a special gift of God. Welcome to the world, my Moya Paipu. Moya Nandao, a name full of strength and beauty. Shh, it's all right, my love. There you go. Are you hungry, little one? That's it, dear. I love you so much. My sweet Jill. I love you so much. You're my everything. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Okay, my sweet baby, time for your bath. There we go, let's get you all clean. Almost done, little one, you're doing so well. All clean and ready for a nap. All done, my little one.
Something I try to find somehow, so I don't want to feel like winning high. 'Cause
Moya, how was school?
It was good.
What did you do?
We learned about dinosaurs. It was fun.
That sounds wonderful.
All right, class, let's discuss the water cycle.
Is that when water turns into vapor?
Exactly. Evaporation is the first step.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yay, school's out! Let's go play tag. Race you to the playground. Wait for me. Whoa, watch out!
Hi, Mom. I'm home.
Welcome home, sweetie.
Where's just my food?
It's in the kitchen. I'll get it.
Thanks, Mom.
Look, I made your favorite. Mac and cheese is ready.
Wow, awesome. Thanks, Mom. I'm so hungry.
Okay, coming right up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the graduation ceremony. Today, we honor our graduates' achievements. Please join me in welcoming the class of 2024.
Phi Mayday class of 2024.
You look so happy. We did it. Yes.
We did it, guys.
Yes, so proud of us.
Best day ever. Group pic? Definitely. Let's get everyone.
I am so proud of you, my son. You did it.
Thanks, Mom. I couldn't have done it without you.
Zambians are still waiting for the report on gassing incidents that sparked mass riots across the country in 2020 and saw the burning to death of suspects in acts of mob violence. The first quarter of 2020 was characterized by reports of gassing incidents, alleging that unidentified people were going around people's homes at night, spraying unknown chemicals to make people unconscious and drawing their blood for use in suspected ritual activities. These reports instilled fear and insecurity from members of the public, and many decided to take the law into their own hands by setting ablaze suspects of the vice. The police force quickly moved in and tried to restore calm among members of the public, with Police Inspector General Kakoma Kanganja announcing that investigation teams had been dispatched to bring to book the perpetrators of the vice and that the public would be kept informed. However, 1 year later, Zambians are still waiting for this report as the people behind the gassing incidents remain unknown. It is the mandate of any police service to ensure that citizens feel safe by bringing to book perpetrators of all crimes. President Edgar Lungu gave Police Inspector General Kakoma Kanganja 6 months to restore public confidence in the police service after the shooting of 2 citizens in December 2020. However, the mystery of gassing incidents still remains unanswered 12 months after the incidents. Answers on the gassing incidents are imperative if police confidence from members of the public is to be restored. Zipporah Mushala, Movie TV News, Lusaka.
What are we Zambia has accumulated a lot of debt. According to a statement from the country's debt management strategy, it owes about $12 billion in external public debt. This is money owed to foreign lenders, which could be other governments, commercial banks, or international financial institutions. The situation has got to a point where Zambia may default on its debt, essentially failing to pay installments on bonds issued by the government, which are held by banks. Why is this bad for Zambia, and how could this impact the rest of the continent? So how did we get to this point? Zambia is Africa's second largest copper producer, just after DRC, but over the years it's struggled with debt. Even back in 2017, the IMF saw Zambia as a high risk for debt distress. The country has been borrowing heavily since 2012, and now $12 billion are owed. Some of this debt is owed by various external Eurobond holders, but a big chunk is owned by China.
Where we have gotten here has been an issue where government has wanted to continue to borrow to manage, to run the economy. You will actually find that even in the current situation where we are, where we have got a very large debt position, government is proposing to borrow another 1.5 billion to run next year's budget.
The country have, due to those debts, is had put on infrastructure like roads, shopping malls and many more. So actually it has affected me positively.
But if the money which is borrowed and it is put to good use to the intended purpose, then I'm happy about that.
So there are some people that have welcomed the country borrowing money because of the infrastructure development. But at the same time, Zambia's debt problem forces the government to spend more money on paying high interest on the debt. Also, Zambia's currency, the kwacha, has declined in value against the US dollar. This makes it more expensive to pay the debt, which is in US dollars. This means less money goes into developing activities like education, agriculture, and health. Less money in these areas has a long-term impact on the Zambian people. The country is now asking for debt relief. It wants creditors to suspend its payments on its debt for about 6 months. Zambia's finance industry said it's already been granted a 6-month extension from China Development Bank. On the 22nd of September, the government asked for its bondholders to do the same on 3 of its Eurobonds, worth about $3 billion. The key question here is, will Zambia be granted its extension? If not, Zambia will default on its debt. One of the issues bondholders have with Zambia is its lack of transparency over the conditions and true nature of its debt with China and Chinese banks. This makes the decision for that 6-month extension tricky.
It is general speculation that the Chinese have only put their investment in key strategic infrastructure, which is the airport, which is specific roads, which is the power utility facilities, and that if we were to default, those assets will be collateralized by the Chinese.
So what happens if a country defaults? Well, it can be complicated and varies from country to country. When a country can't pay its debt, it's not quite the same as when an individual or business can't pay its debt. This is because it's a lot harder for creditors to repossess assets from a country as they would with a business. Going into default gives a country a really bad reputation. It makes creditors less likely to lend money in the future, and if the country does borrow money in the future, it's a lot more difficult and expensive to do so. At the same time though, a default might force a reluctant creditor to go along with the terms of a deal and force them to take a loss on what they're owed.
The cholera outbreak in Zambia has claimed over 350 people so far. 30% of the victims are children under the age of 5, and over 9,000 people are still sick. The outbreak started in early October, has spread to many parts of the country. Most of the cases are in the capital city of Lusaka. 10,000 people have been affected so far. A main treatment center has been opened at the Hero Stadium in Lusaka. The Zambian authorities have received the first batch of 1.4 million oral cholera vaccines from the World Health Organization.
The WHO International Coordinating Group on Vaccine Provision approved over 1.7 million doses of oral cholera vaccines for use in Zambia. About 1.4 million doses have already been received in the country in 4 separate shipments between the 11th and the 14th of January 2024. The remaining balance of over 200,000 will be made available to the country soon.
The government is postponing the reopening of schools, even as the Zambian National Health Institute is claiming the epidemic may have peaked and cases will gradually taper in the coming weeks.
The epidemic curve seems to hit the peak, and it is too early to call, but it does look like there are indications. Over the last 4 days, we have consistently registered fewer daily numbers, which is a good sign.
Zambia is witnessing a surge in HIV infections among young people, and this is becoming a pressing concern that requires immediate attention from all stakeholders. And UNAIDS Zambia Country Director Isaac Hemesa says new HIV infections have risen dramatically from 28,000 in 2023 to 30,000 in 2024. 38% of the cases occurred among adolescents and young people.
We have found out that new infections are going up. As at last year, 2023, we had 28,000 new cases. As at 2024, the new cases have increased to 30,000, which is an increase of 2,000. The reason why this is worrying is that most of the infections are happening among adolescent girls and young women and young people in general between the ages of 15 to 24 years.
Mr. Hemesa attributed the spike to several factors, including declining condom use.
I have always been an advocate of having condoms in places that are readily accessible. For instance, at the universities, young people should have access to condoms, to pre-exposure prophylaxis. They should be able to have access to pregnancy test kits.
Meanwhile, AIDS Healthcare Foundation Zambia Deputy Bureau Chief Southern Africa, Martin Matavisi, notes that the rise in HIV transmission among young people threatens to undo the progress made in addressing the disease.
What are the models of these young people? What kind of model of life are they presenting to the young people? And besides that, there could be also issues of cost of living, for instance.
It is with this background that various stakeholders are now calling for concerted efforts to address the issue. Nyambe Nalishewo, ZNBC News, Lusaka.
Beautiful.